So I wanted to do a video update on the '08 Navigator. The last 3 days, it's including today, it's been through it's seen some abuse. I'll go ahead and start with day one. So it was the red truck was at our house, you know, because it needed a turbo. And where it was parked, it's been there since, like, I don't know, April, maybe even May, because my dad started it once and moved it with a bad turbo. But yeah, so yeah, it was kind of buried, and and it hasn't moved out of that spot forever. So actually summertime is when me and my dad moved it where it's at now. Okay, so it did get moved there in the summertime, but we towed it. But yeah, so we used this thing to, pull it out of its spot, and it was stuck in there. So my dad gave that 543 valve. Oh, he gave her the shit. I mean, he literally got on it pretty hard and gave her some abuse. And yeah, it made noise a couple times and ran rough a couple times, but you just rev it up and it clears right up. But yeah, he doing that the last 3 days. But yeah, then the second day he was even harder on it, to get that red truck out. That old freaking 3 valve was still pushing through. And then of course today, Dad's business partner worked today, and one of the employees was getting great white, with that skid loader in the back. It's heavy and it's all icy over here. I'm getting it up here, and then for some reason Dad's business partner parked it back there and faced it this way, and my dad's business partner also pushed snow piles right there, which we never do. So basically he was taking a turn, sliding, and then he took a turn and got the truck in the big pile and got her stuck. I mean, it wasn't coming out. We ended up having to use the '04 and the '08 Navigator. Mine seen big time abuse today. So, because my dad, he had the trailer, it was basically, the trailer was here and the truck was here. So my dad hooked on to the trailer and he was going that way, and then I was in front of the white truck pulling it forward. So basically me and my dad were pulling at the same time, and the other guy was accelerating the truck as well, and both of our Navigators were spinning. So my dad is able to jerk it quite a bit and get it to go over more, and it finally went straight enough. And then so it was time for me to do it all. Of course I gave her a big jerk, and it moved a little bit, and then my tires were just spinning. 4-wheel drive and traction control off, and I literally just backed up, and then I gave it like half throttle, gave it all I had, and then it was moving the white truck, but I definitely blew some carbon out of the '04 and stuff. But yeah, this thing got some exercise this morning too. But yeah, I abused this thing this morning too. And of course it handles it just fine with that 32 valve 5.4 instead of the crappy 3 valve. But yeah, I really gave this thing all it had. While the white truck was moving and this thing was moving, I just kept it half throttle 3/4 just to keep the white truck moving. And I eventually got it to where it could move. Thought I was going to have to pull him again because it was spinning on all that ice over there. But he got out, and it's got really crappy tires on it. But I'll start both of them up. Why not? I guess we'll do an update on the '04 too, because I've been driving it. Let's do this one first, though. Yeah, this thing's freaking dirty. This thing's only been cleaned like twice. Yeah, it's freaking filthy. I never let vehicles get this dirty. Start it though. 256,970 miles. Oh yeah, it's still in 4-wheel drive. Yep, and my dad tried to put another 10 amp fuse in there, and it kept blowing, so he put a 15 amp fuse in there, and so far it's good. Now the camera works, sensors work. Let's take it out. I think it's out. Yep. Let's fire this up. Yep, she's still running. He's still pushing through just fine. This thing definitely passed the abuse test, that's for sure. But you guys are saying, well, why didn't you use the trucks to pull it out? Because they're a lot heavier. Well, these things get a lot more traction than the trucks. They're a lot heavier in the rear end, and the Navigators just get way more traction than a pickup truck. You guys can say I'm full of crap, but it's true. This one weighs 6,000 pounds, and mine weighs like 5,400 pounds or something like that. So this one's actually heavier, which kind of surprised me. Yeah, this one's actually a lot heavier. All right, let's turn the heat on. But yeah, I'll let these two run for a bit. But there we go. But yeah, I'm gonna clean this thing eventually. It's like I said, it's only been cleaned twice since my dad's had it. I'd never do that to vehicles, but this one's kind of, you know, it's a beater, and it's just one of those that we're probably going to scrap after it's quits running, because it was a $450 2008 Navigator that was supposed to have a bad motor, and you can hear it's a little noisy, but what 3-valve isn't? But for 256,000, I'd say it done pretty well its whole life. And the frame's got some rust on it. Got big holes in the front, but that's about it. And this one's in worse shape than mine. Got more miles, interior's a lot more rough. Does good for my dad. It's his winter beater. I mean, but he drives it pretty much every day, no matter what, if it's winter or not. So yeah, you can't beat this thing for $450 though. It's one of the best winter beaters you can actually buy, and how heavy they are. That's frozen salt. There we go, I got it freed. I thought about maybe finding a beater like 2006 or something, or one like this that's a lot rougher than mine, and keeping mine out of the salty shit. I could find one that's rough like this one, and it's got screws in the lights and cracks and basically stuff you don't really care about to make it a beater. So I'd like to find a Navigator like that, because this thing still has a good frame, doesn't really have rust on it. The rockers are gone pretty good, but 220,000 miles. You know, there's things I want to do to it. That's why I want to get my Jeep going, but I haven't been working on it. Park this. It needs back brakes, heater core. That's the main thing. And there's a few other things here and there that I'd like to do. Definitely service the transmission. So yeah, mine's pretty dirty too. I haven't really detailed any of my vehicles or my dad's vehicles most of the year. 220,270. Yep, and they both have check engine lights on, but that's because it's got a small evap leak, and you guys know I don't care about that. I cleared it once and it came back, and I said I'm just not going to clear it anymore. And I keep the heat no higher than 78 since it's got a heater core leak, because if I put it all the way to 90 it uses more coolant. But yeah, they both run great. I guess I'll call this 2008 and 2004 Navigator update, since I brought this one up. Let's pop the hood in both of them. We'll do this one first. Usually when it's cold, the hood don't like to open without two people. It likes to stick a lot. So this one may not open. Yeah, I kind of broke that a little because of it. That was a while ago I did that. Yeah, I haven't put the new wipers on it yet. I'm probably going to. All right. Well, may have to find something to pry it open. Well, hopefully. Let's see if that'll be enough to open the hood. It's not all the way, but see if it'll open it. Nope, gotta pull it more. Well, I don't like doing this, but it ain't bending nothing, but yeah, it should come open now. I never tried that before. Oh yeah, we got her now. I haven't really showed underneath the hood of this thing while it's been running for a while. There it is. Oh yeah, I'm low on antifreeze. But I added some like a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, it's been a little bit. Yep, hope I get the Jeep fixed. So, I mean, I just need to work on it. I know it's like I'll do it itself, but yeah, this thing runs great. Okay. I'll show under the hood of this one. I just thought I never hardly showed the hood underneath this thing. The only time I really showed under the hood is when my dad was working on it when he first got it, so. We never even popped the hood on this thing, period. So, which is kind of bad. That tells you this is the vehicle that we popped the hood on the lease. And clean. But damn, it's just been running good. Hasn't been using any oil. It never loses coolant. You can hear it's a little noisy, but it is running pretty good though. As you can see, it's got a little mist, but it's still running pretty good. It's never going to be 100%. But yeah, there it is. There was one time it was running so smooth in reverse, I didn't even feel any skips to it. It was running so smooth one time in the summer. It was kind of shocked me a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, the oil was changed in it a couple months ago. Put that 520 Kirkland oil in there. Last time I had some high mileage Rural King oil. So, but yeah, now it's got Kirkland full synthetic, which is good oil, by the way, and it's cheap. But all right. Yep, it's averaging 12.1 right now. You know, you guys know these things are not made to get good fuel mileage. I mean, I don't really care how the fuel mileage is in these. They're just good riding vehicles, and they're heavy duty. They're just good in the snow. So, yep. It's not running quite as smooth as I said it did, but it's almost is kind of that smooth. Yeah, it's not running as that smooth, but it's not running too bad though. It's got 256,000. You really don't expect that much. I mean, these motors do wear out, especially the 3 valves. They're bad motors. That's why my dad don't want to get another motor for this, because somebody ripped the seats. Interior's not in very good shape. It's just kind of, it's a beater. It's just a beater. So yeah, what do you expect? My dad's just gonna keep beating it around until until the motor goes, I would imagine, and he's going to get rid of it or scrap it. So, yeah, it's just a beater. So, I know this is a very long video, but yeah. But like I said, my dad's also had this thing on a bunch of road trips. It's kind of went a little bit of everywhere. So it's a good vehicle. It's just a beater. It's just not one that's worth putting back together. Now I think the rockers on this one are a little bit better than mine. I want to get my steps off because those don't work. Yeah, my rockers they're bad. Let's look at the interior of this one. You can see mine's not great either. You got tape on the seat. Mine's in quite a bit better shape than my dad's though. But it's got age to it, you know. This thing has been through a bunch of hell. And the previous owners that bought this thing and stuff never took care of it. The previous owners before me and my dad bought it back had 2 kids, and that's why the carpet's all stained up and stuff, and then that's all broken. Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff in here, don't mind it. I'll get all that stuff out. But other than that, it just runs good. Yeah, my shocks are still holding good. May not look it, but they are. Yep. Yeah, there's the Kirkland oil. I got 2 cases, and that's for my grandpa's F-150. So these are just good running vehicles. They both are. Yeah, see, these rockers are not as bad as the driver's side. Yeah. This thing's always going to be old and have age, yeah. It's been wrecked on this side. Basically, that window, and that window, they all had to be replaced. Not this one, but I don't ever plan on getting rid of this thing anytime soon. May just keep it. I'd like to keep all my cars my whole life, you know. That way I don't have to get like all new ones, brand new vehicles. Just keep the ones that I have and make them as nice as I can. But you know how it is. Money situations these days. Sometimes you got to sell ones. Hell, there's been times I thought about selling that and my Jeep. But I don't know if I can though. Because the Jeep's going to be my new winter beater because it's in worse shape than this, frame-wise and rocker-wise. I mean, that'd be a better beater than this because the frame on this thing is perfect. No rust at all. But all that salt on there. I couldn't rinse mine off, but it's just been so cold out. But, okay, this is way too long of a video, and I apologize about it, but there it is. Too long. Long updates on the 08 and 04 Navigator. Oh, my auto lights just kicked on. So did my dad's. Oh no, his didn't. I forgot I have one. Yep. Okay, that's it.